what's going on, world? It's your girl Shy, and welcome back to the CheyTea podcast. Hey, hey, what it do? What it do? Oh, CheyTea podcast, where you at? CheyTea podcast, where you at? Follow, subscribe. Whoa, whoa, follow, subscribe. Whoa, real sisters, real sister. FOS host in the building. Who's that?
It's
Who's
your girl,
that?
Eleonora. You already know.
You already know what it is.
I'm here.
She's here.
Oh,
She has been formally introduced on the Instagram page because management was
yes.
like, you need to introduce your friend of the show host.
What's your
So
day?
where's she at? And we formally introduced you, and the response,
The people love me,
the
and I
people are loving
and you know
you.
what? And I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. I always knew I was funny, but I just like the fact that you guys also
Funny.
agree because sometimes, and I don't even try. Honestly, it's just the thoughts that happen in my head, and it just comes out. And I'm like, you know what?
As you
People
should.
enjoy it,
As you should. Just
so
be
thank you,
yourself.
and I appreciate you guys listening and watching and engaging. We love.
We love that for us. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of engagement, like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Click that bell button. You already know, so
Yeah.
you
You
do
can
not
say
miss
that
an
looking in the
episode.
camera
Oh yes, I should
because,
probably look at you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
because you
yeah.
guys are watching.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
one more
The
time,
YouTube
like,
viewers.
comment, and subscribe.
Uh
Click
huh.
that bell button real quick so you are notified every time we upload. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Shitey Podcast. Everywhere. You already know, Apple Podcasts. Listen to that there. Give us a 5-star review.
Spotify.
And if we're getting there, don't worry.
Oh,
And if you have Spotify for our non-Apple users, even if you're an Apple user, follow us on Spotify.
download it on
Listen
both,
to it.
please.
Download it on both.
Need the
Because
numbers.
why?
We need the number.
Not even just that. You just should.
As you
Because if you
should.
got both apps on the phone, you might as well.
Might as well, because we also need numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Period.
Appreciate
But love
you.
you. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes. Big things are happening for big things are happening for us. Sorry. It's gonna be anyways.
Yes.
Big things are happening. We have some very nice guests that we've confirmed that will be coming in. What else is happening? We got big performances
Yes. That are
these
coming
next
up.
2 weeks.
Meant outside.
Mm-hmm.
Argo started back up, so you already know we love
Yes,
that. Thank you so
congratulations. Third
much. Thank you.
year. She's a vet.
Period. So we
Period.
love it. We love it here.
Love that for us.
Yeah. So all good vibes. The Lord is blessing us,
Amen.
and will continue to bless us all. And
Amen.
mans are doing well.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're outside. I'm actually very excited that we are now having performances, in-person
Same.
performances. It is about damn time.
Things are feeling nice.
Yes, things are feeling nice, and good things are happening in the
Yeah.
city. So
You know,
hopefully we'll continue
stay
to.
safe this summer, friends.
Yes, please listen.
Like,
Please
all
stay
jokes aside,
safe.
stay safe.
Seriously, please stay safe, and please keep keep the energy positive. And
Yeah.
as soon as you feel some type of negative energy, as soon as your spirit tech you, get up and leave.
Give thanks. 'Cause I was just about to say that. As soon as you feel Jesus Augusta,
Yeah, respond.
leave.
Leave. Left the place.
Left the environment, left the function, because the function will always be there.
We have Rolling Loud coming up in the city,
Yes, we do.
and
Listen, all these TikTok jokes aside, I don't know if you've seen it. It's like it's like a voice, and it's like he says something, and he's like, "You have a licensed gun. You're not afraid." And
yeah.
it's funny, but it's not funny.
Honestly, this is a very good look for Toronto.
Very good.
A
That's
very
why I'm
good
like,
look.
just let us enjoy.
So I'm not understanding, if you want to talk street politics and all that, yeah, we're not surprised. There are people on that stage that don't like each other. And, you know, things have happened when it comes to these rappers. Some have passed away, and their crews and this crew and that. There's obviously stuff that happens behind closed doors that the audience and the public
and
may
if you're
have
not like in
knowledge,
the streets or
or
anything, you don't
you
know.
may not have knowledge. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's an opportunity for people to showcase their talent.
Yeah.
And whether or not you feel like some of these artists suck, because some do, in my opinion, they're not all the
Facts.
greatest artists, but you have some really good artists that are performing on that set, on that stage. So don't look at it as a negative thing. This is an opportunity
Yeah.
for us to
Enjoy it. Like, this
to
is
enjoy
something big for
ourselves.
us. So,
Yeah.
like, just enjoy it, guys. And, like, not even just rolling out any concert, any function you're going to. Just let the people them have fun.
Yeah. But I mean, especially I think the reason why everybody's having that negativity towards rolling out is because there are artists that who have beef with people and beef and this and that.
Yeah, but the people who book them, do they know that?
And that's no, but you want to know what? They do. In some way they do because you can tell some of these artists are performing on certain days where other artists
Oh,
aren't.
they're not.
And I mean,
Okay.
at the end of the day, you're there to do your job.
Yeah.
Okay? You're there to get a bag. You're there to perform. And really you have to see if you can perform in an arena in front of people.
This will be
Like
your
this is a test to
test to
your
see if like how the audience reacts to you
yeah.
and if your
It's a
music really
test to
does
your
hit.
artistry.
Yeah.
As an artist, can you uphold an audience? Can you perform? Can you be good at your art?
Yeah.
Are you good? Are you really good? And if you are good, it's going to be a test that we're going to see by these
And they'll
performances.
remember your name for whatever else they have next. But let's just all keep peace. No, Caravana's finally
Exactly.
back.
And big up to the bit that I'm excited to see some of these artists like
Yes.
Tia Banks. I'm excited to see Paris Richards. She has a new single with Julie Black that I really, 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 really like. Um, who else am I excited to see? There's somebody else.
I'm not gonna act like I'm really too familiar. Like I'm familiar with some of the names, but I'm not like out there, out
I'm
there.
drawing a blank. There's one more
I
person.
gotta stop listening to this Chris battle.
There's one
I
more
know we
person, but
can. I'm
I'm
just
just
excited to
really
see
excited to
Toronto.
see Toronto show up,
Yeah.
and I just just don't ruin it. Just have fun. Go there, do your job, perform, go home.
Same with Caravana, guys. Let the people them walk up them waist during the parade and go yard.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, that's a quick PSA, a quick little
Right?
intro into what's going on in the city.
Yeah.
You want to say
There's
going
a
weird?
lot going on, but let's just
We outside and safe.
yeah, and prayers up to Young Gunna and Young Gunna. Oh my god.
To
My age
Gunna
is showing. Young Thug and
and Gunna.
Gunna.
Oh yeah, they're
Like,
going through it right
yeah.
now.
And honestly, I'm not gonna act like I know all these things, but all I know is that these RICO charges and all these things, eh, eh, I, just be careful. Be
Yeah.
careful because at the end of the day, like I know, like the family that are still not at your level of celebrity, I would say. There's that you can't take care of everybody, but I know you're taking care of people. And because you're taking care of somebody, that doesn't mean you're contributing to that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what it's being looked
That's
at.
what's happening.
And I think these men have changed their lives. And I think that they have changed their life for the good. And just like, what was it, a month or two ago, they helped 30 inmates come out of that exact same
Yeah,
prison that they're in.
yeah, so I think their lawyers are hardworking because those guys, apparently Young Thug's lawyer released that like he's in like solitary confinement or something like that. He's like by
Yeah.
himself with a toilet and a bed.
Yeah.
And like I've said this and I'll keep saying it, prison in the States is modern day slavery.
No. And it's sad
It's
that
sad.
that's what's happening. So, all you can really do is just pray,
I
and I
hope
just
that
hope
they
that
free mans
yeah,
because this is ridiculous.
and whatever the case may be, just like I said, sometimes you gotta leave that. So
Sometimes you gotta leave it alone for your own sanity, my
mhm,
friends.
mhm.
But
Well, let's get into yo, I told you it's gonna be a day where I'm not gonna be able to talk, eh?
don't say that.
L like, pop yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not talking I'm gonna log see?
She's talking too fast.
Alright, so today's topic, we're just gonna be talking about insecurities and that both women and men face, and how they can sometimes surface in relationship, friendships, situations, everyday life, just a general thing of how those insecurities can surface. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with, the person you're dealing with, but insecurities can surface through anything, job, not excelling in the job that excelling in the way you would like to in your job, you feel insecure with stuff. It could be insecure with taking classes because people might look at you. It could be insecure with just your confidence in yourself, just walking outside, doing something. Like there's so many different ways that insecurities can surface. And I think a lot of people um look at it in a negative way and not really trying the positives, like try to see the positives that can come out of it. Do you have any insecurities?
That's why it's a dramatic pause. Um, I don't I don't really know. Like I think I have things that I'm not. I guess you can call it an insecurity. I have things that I'm not like entirely too like confident about, but not to the point where like oh my god, I don't like this. I'm not doing it. Or oh my gosh, like I'm too scared to take class because I don't want to like,
Okay.
I don't know. Like I never really.
I have different insecurities. I think at first, I mean, I've learned to love myself. I think there was a
Oh,
time where I had insecurities when it came to my appearance when dealing with men.
I think yeah, but I think we all as females have
Well, that's
felt
an
that because
insecurity.
I felt that at one point like about like just things about like what my body looked like, but then after a while, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, well, this is it.
Like
So
you always had like big
bigger
breasts.
assets,
Yes.
yes, and like growing up in elementary school, like I developed faster than some of like
Mhm.
my friends around me, and like I remember I used to get made fun of about my assets, and like at the time when you're like 12, 13. People used to think like I stuffed my bra, and like one guy thought I stuffed my butt, and I was like, "How does one do that exactly?" But all right. And then back then, you're 12, 13, you're like, "Oh my god, I hate that." But then as I got older, and I noticed that like it was a thing, and like people used to compliment me on how nice my body looked, I was like, "All right, hot yellow root." So I mean, I guess like, all right, so it does help. I'm not gonna lie. Like when people acknowledge things that you weren't
Oh
too
god.
fond of yourself of, it does help my confidence.
Mhm.
Did it help it a lot? No, because I kind of learned to embrace it myself. And I think when you learn to embrace things that you don't like about yourself, it helps other people embrace it because
Mhm.
then they have nothing to say about you. Because
Mhm.
it's like, well, she likes it or he likes it. So
Mhm.
not really much I can say. So that was kind of like, oh, perfect example. Now that you brought it up, I just remembered I had a space between my teeth. I
Mhm.
hated that.
Mhm.
Growing up, I was very insecure about the gap that I had in my teeth. And I was just wondering the day I was going to get braces to just close that.
Mhm.
And then I finally did when I was in high school. And I was like, and that's when I think that was the peak of when my confidence started to go from yasa to like up yasa.
Mhm.
I felt like $1 million as
Mhm.
soon as I closed that gap. I was like, wow, like I was a hot gal before, but I'm reach it now and I'm
Yeah.
here.
I think that women we see a lot of different things that like most that some men will notice and some men won't. And I've that's something that I've noticed now that like, you know, in my relationship, like my boyfriend does photography, one QC photography. Make sure you follow him.
Period.
Thank you.
Uh.
Um, when he was like doing our photo shoots and stuff, and I would like look and nitpick different things. He's just like, "How did you like why are you even looking that deep? Like, how are you noticing these things?" And
Because it's you.
I'm like,
Like
this
it's
is me.
yourself.
It's
Yeah.
myself. It's my body. It's like there are things that I can nitpick. And he's like, yeah, but like me as the person with the eyes looking, I don't see that. Like I see a beautiful girl and like, oh, but like like it's nice and like I love that about him. But I mean, at the same time, there are certain things that we see in ourselves that some men can see or not understand, and they gotta understand how those things get used against us in some ways.
Yeah.
Because s in my opinion, I think that men can contribute to your insecurities. I don't think I gotta walk into a situation and be insecure about something right away. I think in being in a relationship, there's something that you can say or do without knowing and having the lack of knowledge of thereof, whatever you're saying, that could make me feel insecure.
Yeah, I think when you're in a relationship with somebody, I think depending on what the situation is or how you're feeling about something, like if your partner brings it up, um, in whatever relationship you're in, if your partner brings something up and then you're like, wait, maybe I never noticed that, and then you develop an insecurity about it because they said something, I think that's very much possible. Have I ever experienced that? No. I think because I overthink a lot, I've already probably thought about said insecurity and I've
Mhm.
probably already made it up in my head that it's
Mhm.
a thing that you notice,
Mhm.
and in my experience, 8 times out of 10, they haven't even noticed it. I've just made it up in my
Right.
own head to believe that no, he notices.
I think that words are important too because it's like I remember when I was dating and talking to people and like I was a heavy like I wore wigs all the time. I was
Yeah, you
mad
the wigs have her
insecure.
in a chokehold.
I was mad insecure about my hair. Like I was insecure about my hair because the person that I dated didn't really like find me sexy with my real hair. It was like, "Oh, you're
Or didn't
cute."
really like say anything to like
Yeah, like
remind you that you're cute without the wig.
yeah. Like it would be like so you're like you're putting your wig on, right? Or like you're like what are you going to do to your hair? Like I was just looking at it, what do you mean what I'm gonna do with my hair? My hair is gonna stay the way it is. And it became a point where it was like, I know that the person didn't intentionally mean to get at my looks, but I was just like,
Sometimes they do things and they don't notice that they're doing it.
yeah, and I was like, maybe this person doesn't find me attractive with my wig off. So I had my wig in a chokehold. I would wear that thing in a shower. I would wear it in the gym. I would sleep with it. Like this was before there was like installs and ting them. Like I wasn't doing
This
those
is
stuff.
like the hair store
Yeah, the
wigs.
hair store with the clip and wearing the half wig
And
as
the
a
one and a
full
half.
wig. Please mind your business. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
crazy that that's the phase that you went through wigs, and now wigs now are like are giving more scalp, and
yeah,
that's
and
the
I'm just
phase
like,
that you
where were
went
you
through.
when I needed this?
Facts.
But and then as I projected, like I spent more money, and I was like spending like $1,000, $1,200 on bundles, and I don't know, like I couldn't take off the wig, and
Yeah.
it was just after just one time of the person asking me like, "What are you gonna do with your hair?" And my hair was like just up in a little bun, like
Hmm.
my natural hair, and I was just like, "What do you mean what am I gonna do with my hair? My hair is gonna be like this." Then I straightened it. And there's so many different things when it comes to black women and textures of their hair. But I have like I have 4C hair. My hair is very thick. Like my hair is thick and it's also sensitive. I can't handle perms. I can't handle any type of too much heat because I get heat damage. And then I press my hair and then within 5 minutes of me doing a pirouette or stepping into a dance studio, sweat gone. So, hair gone, everything gone. And I got my hair straightened and person said I look cute. And I was like, it was like, "Oh, you're so cute." And I was just like,
Ew.
"I'm not trying to be cute. I'm trying to make I'm trying to get that thing. Like, I'm trying to get buddy stiff." You know what I'm saying? So what do you mean? I'm cute, and it just added to that. And I now that like I started dating someone else and like I started being with this person, I had my wig on in the shower, and the person's just like, "Yo, like,"
Are you okay?
he's like, I took the wig off and I was combing my hair, and he was like, I think he was a little relieved because, my man thought I was bald.
Yeah.
And he was just like, which
And
is
granted,
okay.
fun
Like,
fact, he met her in a wig
yeah, he met me in a wig. This is
and
how
a shot
he,
wig.
and yeah, and that wig was not giving. But the gal underneath it was wig. Anyways, so I remember one day I was combing my hair and he was just like, "Why do you wear wigs?" And I was so embarrassed to tell him, like, I was like, "I don't know. Like, it's so hard to like take care of my natural hair, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Just comb your hair and put it up in one. Like, you look fine the way
Not the
you."
comb your hair and put it up in one. Not him knowing what to do.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, "You look good the way you are. Like, why do you wear
And
wigs?"
that, my friends, that was the first day of Shan's realization, and she never put on the wig again.
Yeah, that was the last day we were at a
Shan
dance
did
competition in Niagara,
yep. Shan did a
and
sew-in last year for the first time in like 5 years.
yeah, and he didn't like that
He didn't
either.
like. She was giving cute. She was giving. Like
Yeah,
I really
I
liked
thought
it.
it was
Like
giving soccer mom.
yeah, it was giving
It
very
was
much
giving
soccer
soccer
mom,
mom,
but
but he wasn't
he
feeling it.
wasn't feeling it. But it's fine.
I was like, "No problem, sir."
It's cute. Like she looked good, but like but like that was the first time when Cheyenne realized that like her insecurity was like it was gone.
Yeah.
And it does help. Like a validation of a man does help. And like for me, I don't have a problem embracing my hair. I just don't like doing it. Like I
Mhm.
don't like doing my natural hair in the sense of like putting on a holy pot gel and gelling it down. Like I
Yeah.
just don't
Yeah.
have the patience. That's why I like the drawstring ponytails. Yes, I said
The
drawstring
drawstrings right
ponytail.
here, baby
Drawstrings is
girl.
giving. Okay.
Yeah.
So we love
Yeah.
the drawstring ponytails. I love the weave leave outs. I wore my hair to work the other day and like my coworkers was like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, friends, your girl isn't bald. She has inches. So
Yeah.
and that response helped my confidence in my own hair. Cause I'm like, wow,
Right? I
people
think
love it.
I think that's like we all face like that. Like I said, that was my insecurity. There's different things that I think people experience insecurity with their bodies. And if you want to go and do work done to your body, like it's your body, do what you feel. But I think that I do feel that sometimes men can contribute to that. And sometimes your preference can be a surface of insecurities when it comes to men sprinkling that on you.
Yeah, and also women's preference in men too. Like, what do you attract? What kind of men are you attracting as well, or
Right.
whatever you're into, like
Right.
whatever you're attracting. Because for for you now, like you've attracted somebody who embraces just like the natural vibes. Does
Natural
like when you
body,
just does
natural
like when
things.
you get yourself together and put yourself together, but embraces you for you.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it also goes into like what you attract and everything. So it's just like if you feel a way about how you look like, you can change it.
Yeah, and there's no problem with that, but I think that you need to change it for yourself, not
Yeah,
for the
not
person
for
that you're
somebody else.
with
Yeah, no, do
to
not
like
change
please
for
them
anybody.
because that's their preference. And if their preference isn't you, then like what are you doing here?
Yeah, and that goes into like friendships too. Don't change yourself to be friends with people. Like be who you are.
Yeah, like there's no need for it. If you want to do something to make a change with you yourself, your body, your people, whatever it is, like that is totally fine. But I think that men sometimes because of their lack of knowledge when it comes to, you know, dark skin, light skin, curly hair, this type, this, that, like that lack of knowledge, which it makes no sense because some of you men who think this way have black mothers.
I think there's a difference between preference and like just downright disrespect.
You know, but some of the two get crossed. Like
That's what I'm
they
saying.
like they
Like they get
have a
crossed, but like I think
preference,
there's a
but then they
difference.
yeah, but they come with the disrespect, and some of them don't know that.
And I think you guys do too. There's a difference. Like you can like what you like. Like for me, everybody knows my type. Not gonna expose myself, but everybody knows the type of men that I'm interested in and that I go for. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna start disrespecting other men just because that is my personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to disrespect another race, nationality, whatever, just because your preference might be different. Like you don't have to get disrespectful when it comes to like black women or whatever the case may be, just because your preference might not be a
Right.
black woman. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, these black men, your mother is black or your father is black.
There's black in you have a
You're
black
black.
woman.
That's
You know what I mean? And it's like again, I have a preference with like everybody's preferences could be fine, but like I would never disrespect anybody else in any other
just
way.
because that's just what you like.
It's just because what I like, but like that is sometimes what that gets blurred. It's what
Yeah.
I like, but that doesn't mean I disrespect another person who looks a different way that I'm not necessarily
And
attracted to. It that doesn't mean that I'm gonna belittle you or make
yeah.
you feel like you're less than.
And I think that's what makes us have to be like 10 times stronger than
Yeah.
everybody else because
Yeah.
we always have to put up this front and now have all this confidence on us. It's like, why do we always have to be the strong ones? Like, why can't we be away? Because as soon as you see a black woman down, it's like, oh my God, what's wrong with her? Like,
Right.
no, like sometimes I have my moments because there's society puts us down
Mhm.
because oh well her skin might be too dark or this that and the third about her hair or like that's why we sometimes there is black women who
That's
have
why
are
we're
who are,
yeah.
who are held in a chokehold of the frontals and the units and
Yeah.
all of these things because of the insecurities because natural hair might not be a thing
Or
it's
they're
not
like
as
shocked
popular
if
or
your
they're
hair is
shocked if
so
your hair is so
long.
long it's like
Yeah. It's
what
like,
did you
"Oh my
think
god, like, oh my god, that's your
that's your
real
hair
hair?"
like what like did you think I was bald underneath like do you think I was bald underneath the wig
But I then a lot of people think you wear wigs because you don't have hair, but that's
but
not
like why
necessarily
is that
what
a
it is.
thing like that's what I've always
It's a
wanted to know.
protective
No, but
hairstyle.
like, why is that a thing? Like, why do you assume that because I have a wig on my head, I'm bald?
Listen, I don't know where that
Like,
perspective
where did
came
that come
from,
from?
um, because people, I don't know. To me, that's really weird. However, like I, I think that some of these words can bring out insecurities.
Yes, again, and new ones too that you probably never even had before.
Let me tell you something.
Like what?
Not me expose myself, but I'm gonna expose myself a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. It's an open space.
I was always somebody who was like, I was just my looks. I wasn't really considerate like body, like big breasts, cheeks, all that stuff. I was just more so into my looks. Like that's who I was. I was always known as a pretty girl,
Yeah,
pretty dark skinned girl, whatever that means. So I started to like feel a little insecure when I started to see my man and like who he followed on Instagram. And like it sounds stupid when you say it out loud, but it makes sense. So I saw that he was following a lot of women with like big breasts and like big bodies and all these things. And I was just like, I don't look that way. And I was like, are you like, why do you follow all of that? And like, I don't look that way. And he was just like, who like I mean, it's to him, it's just Instagram. It wasn't that big of a deal. And he's like, "Do you want me to unfollow these things? Because like I have no problem. Like, because that's not what it is. Like, I'm with you. I'm not with these girls, these Instagram models. I'm not with the girls with the bodies done and the big old booties and the big old breasts and figure eight shape and all them thing. Like he's not with that. He's with me. But it did bring out that little insecurity in that moment where I started to question myself and my body.
Yeah.
So I started working out more. Started going to the gym, and I something behind me.
We've
So
always had something behind
yeah,
you.
I've always had something behind me, but
Yeah.
like I said, I never really focused on my body because I always my looks prevailed. Like I ran with my looks, and that's not me being,
Nah,
um,
she pretty bad. Yeah.
I am good looking. I'm a
She
very pretty
pretty bad.
girl. I'm a pretty
Yes.
woman. You
Say
know what
it
I'm
like it
saying?
is, sis.
But so I started going to the gym, and then I started noticing that, and it kind of brought out that little bit of that insecurity in me.
That's okay. Yeah.
So it's like, do you base that like is that something that I already felt when it comes to that? Like,
I don't think so because I had somebody make a comment to me, a guy make a comment to me saying we were scrolling through Instagram, like he was showing me something, and then like he saw a girl
mhm,
that he follows on Instagram who he said had a similar body shape
yeah,
to what I had.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's like, this is what you look like if you worked out. And if anybody knows me, I don't really like I don't not like I don't go to the gym.
you
It's
use
not for
dance as
me.
like,
I use dance as my workout.
yeah,
Maybe one day when I feel the need that dance is not enough or whatever the case may be, I'll go to the gym. But he made a comment like, "This is what I'd look like if I went to the gym or the girl shit. Very nice body." I was just like, "What do you mean about that? Like, excuse? Like, what's wrong with me now? Like, I don't understand." Like,
so Shelly ass.
I just didn't get it. And then
Yeah,
he's like, "No, I don't mean it like that." I'm like, "No, no, no, no. Say what you mean." And then it's like, I'm just saying, like, if you went to the gym and like you worked out, you'd look like that. And I was just like, but I don't want to.
yeah, but you see that is bringing out an insecurity in you
Yeah.
possibly that you never knew you
That,
had,
and I thought about it, and I'm like, wait a minute,
right?
am I like, is this not it?
And then sometimes I gotta wonder, like, how do you now throw that back at me as I'm insecure and I'm not confident and I'm not this when you basically told me if I did this, I would look like this. Sorry, battery died.
Put it
But
back again.
yeah, like bringing out that insecurity and it comes back on me, like I'm the
Yeah,
person
it
with the
was a brief
problem,
moment, and I was like, wait a minute. So
right? Which has you second guessing.
what is me now?
But
But then shout out to the, and I was just like, never mind, we're good because I was like, wait a minute, I'm fine, like big fine. So
right,
what do you like? And it's just like sometimes I'm like, I don't think it sounds terrible, but I don't think men think when they say certain
no,
things
they
to
don't.
women.
They don't think before they
Because
speak
like
sometimes.
yeah, like why would you say that? Can you imagine I said that to a man?
Yeah,
Oh, you'd look like him if you went to the gym and if you're all buff.
yeah, and he would just look at you sideways.
Yeah.
And that's not something that, but you see, like we as women, like we are more sensitive human beings. Like we think, some of us, we think before we speak
Yeah.
sometimes. And it's like you can't throw that back on me and make it seem like I'm insecure when you compared me to another person
Yeah.
and said if I did this I would look like this. Like this is better
And
than
I'm
what I
sure
already
I
look
would,
like.
but guess what?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I'm
want to look
fine
like
with
that.
the
I'm
way I
fine with the way I
look.
look right now. If
Right.
it comes to a point in time where I want to change it and I don't like the way I look and I say, you know what, Aaliyah, you should probably go to the gym one
That's
time.
up to
That's up to
you.
me. But right now, I'm comfortable. And I
Exactly.
think I look
So
just
there's
fine.
no way for you to come and tell me that. And then it's like some people are like, oh, well, maybe you're this insecure, like when it comes to like, the followers and like, my boyfriend following girls that didn't look like me. It didn't. It wasn't something that I already was secure in another insecure in another relationship. In my past relationship, I was insecure with my hair.
Mm-hmm.
That made me feel insecure just off of one time somebody saying something to me, and it stuck with me. And then sometimes being cheated on, that also plays with your insecurity as well.
But with
But then I just realized that that was just broke N-word behavior.
But like with the Instagram stuff, it's just like for me because like I follow like certain celebrities, like everybody obviously I know the I go keep going back to him. But Chris Brown's my favorite celebrity, but the preference that I have in men is the complete opposite.
And
So
that's
that's kind of
and
when I
that
was just
yeah
like, so
yeah
maybe.
yeah.
So I thought about it, and I'm just like, you know what? So if that is what I like on Instagram, and as a
Then
celebrity,
I
that's what I
can
like,
yeah
then it's fine because you
yeah
don't necessarily have to. That's just my preference, celebrity wise.
yeah. And it's just like that's something that I feel for at the same time because when I was having that conversation and like I was thinking about it myself and I was like, listen, like I think Chris Brown is super attractive.
And he's tatted from head to toe.
But if you look at the man that I'm dating and Chris Brown, they're two complete opposites.
Yeah.
And I obviously I'm well attracted to my man. I love him, but it's like that's where that was, and that was like the comparison where I stood back and I was
The
just
light bulb
like,
that went wait a
yeah,
minute.
I was like, okay, well if he's following all these people, that's fine. He can find that attractive, but he still finds me attractive for who I am and my body and what me look like. So I was just like, okay, that's how I can look at it. But some men don't step back and like
And like
and
look at it.
analyze
No,
that.
they don't.
They just automatically just call me insecure.
Yeah, and they're like, "Well, she's just insecure, and it's just Instagram." And it's like that's not the purpose of the conversation.
No, and then with nowadays with this generation, it's not just Instagram because men go pre woman upon Instagram. They come in your DMs on Instagram. Men will be like, "What's your IG?" It's the new.
Yep,
What's
and
the
then
what's your BBM? What's your pin?
Wow, if you guys don't know what that is, it's a BlackBerry, friends.
They should know. If you don't know, my God, I'm sorry.
Like
but
I was like, cause like even if I post like friends on my Snapchat, yo, who's that? And I'm just like,
you know what I'm saying?
what?
And it's like, no, and that's not, and that's, so it's not just this. And I mean, I get it from his perspective when he said, it's just Instagram. I'm just liking pictures. If this is not what you don't like, then whatever. Now, I draw the line with some things because some people on Instagram are in a string and like them not having the pum pum lips. And that's why I'm just like, okay, ew. But, you know, but I get it. But I just don't like how some people will say that makes you not confident when like you brought it out with something that you said or did or acted on without thinking before you spoke.
Yeah.
You can't do that and then sprinkle it back on women. That's just not how that works.
It's definitely not. But I mean, like I said, I don't really think about any of the insecurities that I did have were all when I was younger before I even really cared about boys and their opinion. And this is all just things like, I'm just saying, this is all before I even, like, before I was even grown enough to really think about those things. I had things that I didn't like about, because back in the day, you know, when you're in school, they make fun of you. But, like, as I got older, I was like, well, you know what? We're fine with this.
No,
so
and
embraced it.
It's fine.
And, like, usually, I'm happy that I didn't have to experience so much of this in my adult years. And I already kind of came to the conclusion that like this is who I am and this is what I like about myself, because I feel like I would have had a lot of more of a harder time to embrace it rather than when I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a little bit easier back then because it wasn't just you who was getting made fun of, it was everybody.
But as time goes on, like you
find
you
new
learn.
things. Yeah, you learn, and then, like there's probably things that like you're not gonna like about yourself in the future or whatever the case may be, or new insecurities that might pop out, but I will learn to embrace those because now I know how to. Rather than
it's good to have somebody around you, whoever you're dealing with, that like
bigs you up.
Yeah, because
even like my friends big me up, so I'm just like, all right,
right. And it's like okay with your situation with like going back to what you said about working out. If you were at a point where like you know you felt like you were overweight, you felt like something was wrong, like whatever, like you just said like maybe I need to tone up and do things and like get back into shape. There's a difference if I root for you to you know like get into shape, but not like be on you, like you know what I mean, or like draw comparisons, because that bruises your ego.
Yeah, I don't like being compared to other people because I'm not other people.
Right, you are you. And if I were to go and compare you, I'd be like, well, I mean, Johnny was given big D energy and you're not, like that will bruise your ego.
Would bruise your ego. So like, don't you think it would do the same thing to me?
So just because like smaller things will bruise my ego doesn't mean that like, because you know like that's usually what happens. A man is very like, that's his manhood. He has to be proud of what he has, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like how you take pride in what you have in your pants, I take pride in what I have, my hair, my face, my body. It's the same thing.
That goes into like, I just had a conversation with my friend about like her wearing wigs and like wearing makeup and stuff. Like when it comes to the dating world, like how you met me is me.
Yeah.
Like don't try to change my appearance because you don't like that. Then you shouldn't have started talking to me in the first place.
Right. And I mean, in that case, it's similar to like my situation, because my boyfriend doesn't like wigs, but he wouldn't tell me like I can't do something.
But your situation is different because that was a moment for you to learn to embrace your hair, because you never did.
Right.
It's a completely different situation because you were hiding under the wig. You didn't think that your hair was good enough or nice enough to wear out.
But if I wanted to go put a wig on my head tomorrow, he wouldn't.
You could go and do that.
He would be like, why? But I would be like, because I want to.
But to be honest, you haven't.
Right. And if I did, he would be like, okay. Like when I did a soccer mom hair.
Yeah.
He was like, it's good. I mean, he's like, it's not my fave, but you still look good.
You look fine. You look good. So it's just like it's a different situation from you telling me, oh well, I'm not gonna do A, B, and C because you have a wig on your head. To it's cute, like you do what you want.
Yeah, but like if this is how I am, like okay, there's prime example. I'm a loud person. I'm a loud individual. Everybody knows that. My boyfriend is very quiet.
Yeah.
But this is how he met me. So he's like, I'm not gonna try and change you and tell you like, hey, maybe you should like tone it down a little bit and like.
I mean, but you're loud when necessary.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But like, he's like, I'm not gonna try and like tell you not to do something because this is who you are.
And you're not loud right away.
Right. But I am loud. Like when it comes like to put us together, I'm like
you'll talk more. Yeah, you'll talk. Yeah.
Yeah, he's more chill. He's more quiet.
Yeah.
Like he's not shy. He's just
but I
cooling.
think that's kind of like me and you too.
Yeah.
You're more like, but I'm just like, I don't really know you yet.
Right. I'm a people person. Like I'm very outgoing. I don't get, I'm comfortable with talking to people. I'm comfortable with putting myself out there in a room. However, like just because I'm comfortable doing that doesn't mean that like that's because like he's not that way. Doesn't mean he's gonna come to me and tell me to take a step back or cool it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that is who I am. So you can't come and be with me in any shape or form, see me, meet me like this, and then tell me maybe you should do this or change this because I don't like this, or I'm not doing this because you look
Unless
this
it's
way.
like a detrimental, horrible habit. Okay, fine. Well,
Yeah, but when it comes to me
But
wearing
when it
wig
comes
and nails and
yeah.
long nails, like who are
like,
you?
you can't come to me, especially when you're not my man. You can't come to me emphasizing on the not. I'm just speaking for no.
That's that
friend.
no, but that makes sense though.
You can't tell me that this is. But you saw me with the extendo nails and the wig. So what did you think?
And this extendo nails and the wig made you stiff up in your pants. So what's the problem now?
That actually brought me back to a story when a man didn't like what I was wearing for a dance performance, and tried to tell me that I couldn't wear it. And I looked around and I said,
Listen,
I didn't know you were my father.
there are certain things out of respect that I won't do that will make my partner uncomfortable. Right. And it also like something like me getting older too. Like I don't like to walk around in certain outfits unless my man is there because men are creepy. Some of you men are very creepy and just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Anyways. So like there are certain things where I know that I wouldn't dress a certain way.
And that's you and your preference.
That's my preference. And because my man is not there. And like I said, I have my reasoning. It's not because my man doesn't want me to wear it. It's simply because my man's not there. I'm not trying to attract no man to come and think that I'm looking man or I'm dressing like I'm single, whatever the heck that means. But I'm not dressing a way to seek attention from nobody.
Yeah.
So that's why I won't do that. Now, if my man is with me, like, yeah, I'll wear like a 1-2 sexy, like a 1-2 because my man is there and like I feel sexy with my man.
Yeah.
And if there's any attraction or if there's anything that I'm seeking or anybody that I want to see me in this way, it's my man. And I'm with him. You know what I mean? And it's appropriate to wherever I am, whether I'm in a bikini, a thong bikini on a beach. I'm in a thong bikini on a beach. And like, yes, it's in front of people, but like I'm in a beach. I'm not wearing a thong bikini to a party. And if you want to wear a thong bikini to a party, that's your preference.
That's your preference and how
but
you're comfortable. But for me,
Menaga do it.
Facts.
Exactly. So there's just certain
fine.
things. And that's out of also respect. Like, I'm not going to go and party every weekend because out of respect for my man, like, I'm not going to do that.
But you don't even do that on a daily.
Yeah, as soon as I got my man, I cross my man, I cross my legs.
Listen,
and like sometimes we'll go out, but we'll all go out.
Yeah, and like I try to bring her out sometimes, and she's just like, I don't really know about that, and I'm just like, that's crazy,
right? And then I'll go out and I'll hear something out of pot, and I'm ready to go home.
Ready. When we went to go see CheyTea, guys, I know it's a side note. We heard something out of pot. This is before the people that even came on the stage. Shan was like, all right. She was ready to go.
I was like, so you want to go now or
what do you want to do? Later?
You know what I'm saying?
But it's just like for me, like I don't. Whatever you decide to wear in your relationship or whatever, wear whatever makes you comfortable. But for me, I'm not gonna allow anybody to dictate what I can and cannot wear because you feel a way about certain things.
Yeah, it's just not that. That's just not how that's gonna be. And again, like don't sprinkle. Don't have your insecurity surface because you don't like a certain thing and you don't want me to not like that or you don't want me to be this way either. Like that's also a level of insecurity on the man as well. Mm-hmm. If you feel like if I go out like this, then I'm gonna seek another man or I'm gonna go cheat or I'm gonna go do whatever. Like that's an insecurity that you have. That you created. So the same way how I can create an insecurity based off of something that you made me feel. Imagine if a man said that to you. Imagine a man said that to you and you're just like, well, like So what if another guy looks at me this way? Like, I want that.
Can you imagine?
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that like we think before we speak. So just think before you speak and know that like there's a difference between a preference. There's a difference between coming to me and saying like this doesn't make me feel comfortable. There's a difference between that and then telling me what to do. Like
Exactly.
you're not gonna tell me what to do.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
Not today. Not ever.
Not ever. If I decide to go do something that you may not like based off of my appearance and it makes me feel good,
We can talk about.
then it's something we can have a conversation about. But again, yes, I'm going to come to you when it comes to certain things, but you can't tell me I can't wear long nails when you met me with long nails, even though right now I don't have long nails on.
You don't
because
even like long nails anymore.
No, I don't. I'm growing out of it because I can't do things anymore. Like, it's as I'm getting older. Like, I'm on a computer all day. I type up. Even just being able to pick things up off the ground.
Nails on right now.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even notice that till
Yeah, I
just
took
now.
them off. I had to take them off for a little bit, let them breathe out for,
Oh, before you go up on vacation. Yeah, what good. Yeah. But like, you mean everybody's preferences change.
Preference is different, and I just think that when it comes to relations, friendships, or whatever the case may be, whatever you're in, don't change yourself to please the other person. So sorry. Do not change yourself to please another person.
Yeah.
Because it's just not. It never works out. I've tried that with friends. It don't work. If you don't like me for whatever this is, that's okay.
And that's fine. And I'm okay with that. Just don't try to sprinkle none of your insecurities onto me because then we'll have to fight.
Square up.
Period.
Oh, that's not the same topic. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna talk about like what I was brought to you earlier today in the episode of Bling Life that I was watching.
The Friends?
Yeah.
I put that in the next episode.
Oh, okay, no problem.
So we can do that tomorrow if you're not doing anything.
No, I thought aren't you busy tomorrow?
I'm going to the dinner, but like after in the evening because that won't be long.
Isn't dinner at the evening?
No, dinner's at like 3 or 4 o'clock.
That's lunch.
I know, but anyways.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Oh, it's like a short one.
Yeah, it's like a little 45 minute. It's a little sprinkle dinkle.
It's about like 35.
Yeah, something like that. But, man's have to leave, so.
Facts.
I hope you enjoyed the episode. Okay,
Just
friends.
talking.
You know what it is. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok, CheyTea Podcast. Make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and or Spotify.
Yeah.
Leaving the 5-star review.
Yeah.
And what else, Aaliyah?
Oh, yes. Why did I forget? Oh, my gosh. Follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Oh, my gosh, guys. I'm tired. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, CheyTea Podcast. Click the bell button to be notified whenever we upload.
Like and comment.
Period.
Engage with us in the comments.
Period.
And we got some good things happening, so make sure you stay tuned, friends.
Yeah.
Outside. Not sorry about it.
Not sorry. Never sorry. Oh.
Yo, I think I love your Shelly Ann.
Thanks.
That's what makes you so great.